Canada financing the Mullahs of Tehran. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. Could the Canadian people, through the Government of Canada and its collection of tax dollars, end up financing the Mullahs of Iran? Yep, it's true. It could be happening. See, the Liberal government has decided that they want to reopen diplomatic channels with the government of Iran. That was shut down by the Harper government for various reasons, ranging from the continued threat to wipe Israel off the face of the earth, their spying in Canada, their interference with the lives of Canadian citizens, their atrocious human rights record. Those are just some of the reasons that the Harper government kicked the Iranian ambassador out and told them to close up their embassy. The Liberals want to reopen the embassy. They want to re-engage with Tehran. That has business written all over it. See, one of the reasons the Liberals cited was giving Canadian business access to the Iranian market, which has been cut off, partly due to Iran's nuclear program and sanctions imposed upon the country. But those sanctions are being lifted. Iran has access to billions upon billions of dollars, and Canadian companies are lining up to get a piece of the action, including Bombardier. Check out this story in the Tehran Times talking about how Bombardier, Siemens, and others are in Tehran scouting out contracts. It's an interesting note, though. It talks about financing and how financing is difficult to come by at the moment due to some of these restrictions, hang-ups from the sanctions era. That led me to ask some experts in the field, people that know how these big deals are normally handled when a Canadian company is selling a multi-billion-dollar project to a foreign government. It turns out that we take on the risk. That's right. The Canadian Commercial Corporation, in conjunction with Export Development Canada, will finance the project, sometimes giving the country the money outright and putting them on a payment plan. So it could end up that if Bombardier sells its new C-Series jet to Iran, that it's the Canadian people that take on all the risk, that front Iran the money, despite their billions upon billions that they've just received for agreeing to the deal with the Americans on their nuclear program. I don't know about you, but I'm uncomfortable with Canada financing the Mullahs of Tehran. I'm uncomfortable with Canada financing the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism, a country with a human rights record that makes the Saudis look like Boy Scouts. There's a lot of attention on the Saudi deal and the attempt for a private company from London, Ontario, to sell light armored vehicles to the Saudi government. Say what you will about Saudi Arabia, and there are many problems, there are many criticisms of that country. They are still somewhat an ally of the West. A problematic ally, but an ally nonetheless. They're also a stabilizing force in the region. Iran is the exact opposite. They are not an ally of the West. They will never be an ally of the West, at least not under the current regime, and they are a destabilizing force. And into that, Justin Trudeau and his Liberals want to not only start diplomacy, but have the Canadian people finance purchases on behalf of the government in Tehran. It's not something that I think we should be doing. It's maybe standard practice for other countries, but Iran is not your standard other country. They are a rogue state. They need to be treated like one until they've proven that they are no longer an enemy among nations.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.